Proportional relationships. Now, to really understand what these are or how they matter, we got to know what that means, right? So the word proportion simply describes two ratios or two fractions that are set equal to each other. So think about 1/2. That would be the same as 4/8. So these two numbers have a proportional relationship. Because if we think about solving a proportion, right, if we cross multiply, we know that 2 times 4 is the same as 8 times 1. Therefore, proportional. So how do we show this is proportional? Well, we just need to show that any two fractions are going to be equal if we do that whole cross multiplying thing, or if we reduce them. So think about first, let's go to the first one here. We have an XY table here where the x's go from -2 to +2, increasing by 1, and the y's go from 4 to -4, decreasing by 2. So if I would make the fraction x over y, so -2 over 4, and then let's just use the next one, -1 over 2. Well, hopefully we know that 2/4 does in fact reduce to 1/2, so these would look like that. But if you cross multiply, as you can with proportions, you would see that 4 times -1 is the same as -2 times 2, right? Both sides equal -4, and that works for any of them. Now, I want you to know that if we would graph this, -2, 4, -1, 2, 0, 0, 1, -2, -2, 4, we would have a straight line that crosses through the origin. So in order for us to have a proportional relationship, two things must be true. The first one is we must have a line. Now this could also be a ray, but basically it is a straight piece, right? It's either a full line going in both directions or a ray that just goes in one direction. The other thing is that it must pass through the origin, which is the point 0, 0. So if you have a line that passes through the origin, it is proportional. So that helps us when we're looking at the graph of a line. This here is a straight line, right? I can see this point over here, -5, -2, crosses the origin at 0, 0, and then I have a point up here that is 5, 2. It's a line, crosses through the origin, therefore it is proportional. And if you wanted to try it, well, let's put x over y. Does that equal x over y? Yeah, because 2 negatives is a positive. And if I cross multiply, I get -5 times 2 is the same as 5 times -2. Yeah, positive times a negative is a negative. So I would get -10 equals -10. Does the following table represent a proportional relationship? Well, the y values increase by, or the x values increase by 3. The y values increase by 9. That means it's a line because they're both increasing at a constant rate. However, notice that it passes through the point 0, 4. That is not the origin. So because it does not pass through the point 0, 0, it is not proportional. So those are the two things you check. Is it a line? Is it proportional? If they're both yeses, is it a line? Does it pass through the origin? If both of those are yeses, then it is proportional. If even one of those is a no, then it is not proportional.